Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about the Red Sea and just kind of run through what has occurred, what's transpired, what the new development is that brings it back into focus. And then we're going to answer a question that I think is pretty interesting. Okay, so if you don't know, shipping going through the Red Sea to the Suez, it has been disrupted. And that disruption is coming from a group called the Houthi inside of Yemen. It's been going on for a while. The world response has been relatively light. That is changing. A statement issued by the governments of the US, Australia, Bahrain, Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Germany, Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom came out. And in relevant part, it says, "We call for the immediate end of these illegal attacks and release of unlawfully detained vessels and crew. The Houthis will bear the responsibility of the consequences should they continue to threaten lives, the global economy, and free flow of commerce in the region's critical waterways." Okay, so the world response was relatively low. This is a big ratcheting up of that. This is clearly stating, stop or there will be consequences. What are those consequences? If I had to guess, airstrikes, and significant ones. So that's what's going on. Now, for context, the Houthi are doing this and they're disrupting the shipping in an attempt to put pressure on Israel. And most of it seems related to making sure aid gets into Gaza. That's their stated position. The question that came in was, hey, it's kind of normal historically for nation states to go after shipping to put pressure on another nation state. So why is this response the way it is? Why is it so strongly worded? And the answer is simple. Nation states. Nation states can do this. Despite their de facto control, they're not a nation state. This is pirates and emperor stuff. I mean, right down the line. This is one of those things that if they were the government, don't get me wrong, there would still be a response because it's interfering with global trade and countries care about power coupons. But the response would have a lot more finesse to it. The fact that they aren't a nation state is the reason it is, you're going to stop or, and they don't even specify what the or is. So this is another thing that is definitely ratcheting up tension in the Middle East. It is unlikely that this is going to be the spark that creates a regional conflict, but it could, because the Houthi are not, they're not Iranian proxies, but they're aligned with Iran. So this is yet another thing that Iran is going to have to look at, and their perception of how it plays out is going to matter. So that's the latest development. That's the statement that went out from the countries basically saying you have to stop, and that's the reason it's being treated differently than if it was a nation state doing it. Because yes, historically disrupting shipping is a way to put pressure on another country, but keep in mind it's also kind of an act of war. So just bear that in mind. But the response would definitely be more diplomatically phrased if they were an actual nation state. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.